Why do we need to practice breath work? Or pranayama? Why do we need to relearn something as natural as breathing? And how can I learn to breathe in a conscious way that will actually help me in my daily life? These questions I want to explore with you today. I've been creating YouTube videos where I guide you through different breathwork practices and often finish with a meditation. But I realize I haven't really shared with you the deeper why behind it. Why I practice every day and why I feel called to share this with you. So today I felt in my own heart to sit down and create this video for you. If you stay with me till the end, you'll discover not only the great benefits of this practice, but also how it can transform your body, your mind, and even the way you experience your life. Breathwork, or pranayama, is becoming a huge global trend. And it's not by chance. When you start practicing these breathing techniques, you quickly realize how powerful they are. The transformation doesn't just happen in your physical body, but it happens at a much deeper level. In your mind, in your emotions. Conscious breathing directly influences the nervous system, and that's where the magic begins. Think of the nervous system like an electric circuit of a computer. It sends signals throughout the entire body, making sure everything works in harmony. Most of these signals are controlled by the brain. But here's the thing, we're not only talking about the body and the brain, we're also talking about the mind and our emotional world. And this is fascinating because science still doesn't really know where the mind is located. Yet every single one of us experiences it constantly 24 hours a day, except in the moments of deep sleep. The impulses that travel through the brain are deeply connected to the mind. You can imagine them as a spark of energy, and these sparks don't just stay in the brain, they ripple outward, influencing the entire nervous system. This is why our thoughts and emotions have a strong impact on our physical state. And this is exactly where breath work comes in, because by consciously guiding the breath, we can begin to influence the impulses and calm the nervous system and create space for clarity and peace. When somebody says, I'm nervous, or I'm anxious, or even I'm having a breakdown, what is really happening? In most cases, it's the nervous system being overcharged, flooded with uncontrolled electric impulses firing almost chaotically. And this is where breath work comes in. And this is why it's so important to truly understand the role of breath. The mind itself is invisible. Science still cannot locate it. We can't point to a specific organ and say, there it is. Yet we all know we have a mind because we experience it through thoughts and emotions constantly. The body, on the other hand, is obvious. We can see it, we can touch it, we can measure it. So how do these two worlds, the seen and the unseen, connect? The bridge between them is the breath. Breath has the healing ability. By guiding the breath, we can calm the electrical impulses running through the nervous system. And when the nervous system finds balance, it influences the body in incredible ways. Think about the endocrine system, the master system that regulates our hormones. Hormones control so much of our lives, our heart rate, our mood, our sleep cycles, our feelings of happiness and safety, and even the proper functioning of our sexual energy. When the nervous system is calm and steady, all these functions work in harmony. So in a very real sense, breath connects mind and the body. It regulates not only our emotions, but also the very chemistry of our being. And if you think about it, without breath, nothing else matters. If the breath stops, everything stops. In just 3 minutes, without oxygen, the body begins to deteriorate. Compare that to water. We can survive a few days without it. Food, we can last without it for weeks, but breath only for some minutes. It is our main source of life energy, and yet in the modern world, so little attention is given to it. So this is exactly where breathwork pranayama comes in. The very first people to explore these practices were the yogis living in the Himalayas thousands of years ago. Without the technology, science, or research we rely on today, they somehow discovered these powerful techniques through direct experience. They began to notice that by controlling the breath, they could not only strengthen the body and calm the mind, but also something much greater. They realized that breathwork had the power to expand consciousness itself, to open doors into deeper states of awareness, presence, and connection with life. Now, fast forward to our modern world. What are we facing today? We are surrounded by stress, constant pressure from work, relationships, responsibilities, and even the pace of technology. Many people feel like they're living in survival mode, just trying to get through the day. To cope, we reach for solutions, pills to calm anxiety, vitamins and supplements to boost energy, endless therapy sessions to untangle the mind. And while all these may have their place, they often don't address the root of the problem. Deep down, there's a sense of unfulfillment, a restlessness that seems to have become the new normal in our society. We try so many external fixes, but what if the key was something as simple and natural as the breath? What if the very thing that sustains us from the moment we are born until the moment we die holds the power to bring peace, clarity, and balance back into our lives? Most of us don't even realize it, but we're breathing in a way that is actually working against us. Instead of breathing deeply and fully, we take shallow breaths, often just into the upper chest. This type of breathing is linked to the stress response. It keeps the body in high alert, ready for the fight or flight, even when there is no real danger. Over time, this constant low-level stress wears us down. It leaves us feeling anxious, restless, tired, and even disconnected from ourselves. Think about it. When you're stressed or angry, your breath becomes fast and shallow. When you're calm and peaceful, your breath is naturally slow and deep. The breath reflects our state of mind, but it also works the other way around. The way we breathe can change our state of mind. And yet, nobody teaches us how to breathe. We go through life believing it just happens automatically, without realizing that conscious breathing is a skill we can learn, and one that has the power to transform everything. This is why we need to relearn how to breathe, to return to the natural rhythm of the body, to train the nervous system to relax, and to give the mind space to become clear. This is the foundation of pranayama, not just moving air in and out of the lungs, but using the breath as the bridge between body, mind, and spirit. When we start practicing pranayama, we begin to see how much potential is hidden in something so simple, something we do every moment of our lives. And once you experience it, even just for a few moments, you start to understand why the ancient yogis dedicated so much of their lives to exploring breath. Breathwork pranayama has the power to snap you out of negative states faster than you might ever imagine. All it really takes is creating a new habit, the habit of practicing conscious breathing. Yes, it does require a little bit of discipline, but it also requires something even more important: the willingness to step out of the state of mind that keeps us stuck, the state of mind that doesn't serve us anymore. You see, many of us grew up with dysfunctional thinking patterns, with behaviors that were passed down from our families, our ancestors, and the societies we were raised in. This conditioning becomes like a fog over our true selves. But breathwork has the power to cut straight through that fog. It slices through everything that is not your essential nature. And when you touch that essential nature, you reconnect to the source, to the very source that created stars, galaxies, and the universe itself out of nothing. That same infinite intelligence created us. It's within us, a seed of pure consciousness waiting to be remembered. And when you touch that essential nature, you reconnect to the source, the very source that created stars, galaxies, and the universe itself out of nothing. The same infinite intelligence created us. It's within us as a seed of pure consciousness waiting to be remembered. Breathwork is one of the simplest and most direct ways to reconnect to that. When you cut through the layers of conditioning, you find yourself face to face with who you truly are. And when you see yourself clearly, you also see your potential. You see the seed of creativity, the brilliance of the universal laws of life. You begin to understand that what you think, what you believe, and what you feel is exactly what you become. Through breathwork, we first become aware of what we are not, all the stories, the beliefs, and the limitations we've been carrying. Once that is seen, what we truly are starts to shine through effortlessly. When this realization comes, nothing external can manipulate you, nothing can pull you away from your center. You begin to rest in your own source. And once you touch that, there is no going back. There is no more suffering from lack, no more sense of not being enough. Instead, you find yourself aligned with life. You begin to accept whatever comes without resistance. And in that acceptance, there is freedom, true freedom. Living from this alignment is not just a practice. It becomes a way of being, a way of living in peace, abundance, and joy. I like to teach that breathwork pranayama is like opening a hidden door to a deeper state of mind. When we step through that door, we begin to see clearly where our behaviors, our emotions, and even thought patterns are truly coming from. And once we can see them for what they are, we can go even deeper beyond the conditioning, beyond the stories, until we finally touch who we truly are. This is why I personally practice breathwork every day. Breathwork has the potential to heal emotional imbalances, calm the nervous system, and align us with life instead of resisting it. Life, to me, is like a river, and yet most people are trying to swim upstream, exhausting themselves by resisting what life is offering and teaching. That resistance often comes in old patterns, from inherited behaviors and beliefs that no longer serve us. But when we learn to surrender, to let go of the fight and allow the river to carry us, we become free. Free to trust, free to flow, free to enjoy the ride. And just like every river eventually flows into the great ocean, when we learn to release resistance and move with life, we too find ourselves merging into something vast, the great ocean of love, of unity, of pure consciousness. That is the real gift of breathwork, to help us return home, to flow with life, and to rest in the truth of who we truly are. I hope you've enjoyed this information. Please leave a comment, give a like, and stay tuned for my upcoming course, where we'll go on even deeper into the power of breathwork together.